Top three things in my notebook this morning. Number one, Latin American equities specifically. Number two, gold. And number three, the most important level in my notebook, which is, of course, the 10-year bond yield here in the U.S. So first on Latin American equities, just in case you didn't see, last week Latin American equities were actually down again on the week in the face of this kind of short squeeze that we continue to see in the S&P 500 and the Dow. Just a friendly reminder, the Dow is still down, though, for the year to date, and it's the middle of March. But that notwithstanding, Latin American equities yesterday were down 1.2 to 1.6% across the board, from Argentina to Chile and Brazil and back again. And again, Latin America just reminds you that the last 2 centuries of economic history does matter. If you burn your currency, spend from a deficit perspective, and mount debt, eventually you create inflation, and inflation slows growth. So again, that would just be the preview that you can see each and every day here if you're encouraging the U.S. dollar to be burnt as well. Now, secondly, gold obviously likes this in the face of stagflation developing here in the USA, with the NFIB index falling on a month-over-month basis. That's a small business confidence survey falls. And again, the small business confidence survey doesn't move with the weather. I run a small business. I don't really care about the weather. So again, if you kind of think about that in the context of what gold's telling you, gold is up 12% for the year to date, again with the Dow down for the year to date. And inflation accelerating continues to lead this parade. So again, as inflation accelerates on a real inflation-adjusted basis, growth will slow, and gold absolutely loves that. So stay long of gold in terms of gold. 10-year bond yield, again, just the most important line in my notebook is the trend line on the 10-year bond yield of 2.81%. So again, we're not above that currently. In fact, the 10-year bond yield hasn't budged in the last 24 hours. You're going to get economic data points that might move it later in the week. Import prices are on Friday, and PPI comes out on, or on Thursday rather, and PPI comes out on Friday. So those are your top three things.